I'm telling on though. Shit. All right, I do.
Welcome to the Ops. It's your girl, Spicy K.
It's your girl TK. How y'all doing?
And we are on episode 35. And
Boom.
because Thanksgiving is coming up in a few days, yes, we get to eat good, be around family, friends, whoever you get to be around. Um,
Mm.
so it's got a little surprise for you for this particular episode. Of course, you know we always have who you telling on this week. So TK, who are you telling on this week?
I'm telling on my cousin Ashley this week. I don't talk about her very often because she and I, we're not that close, but we family. She has been assigned this year to make the macaroni and cheese, and I'm a little upset about it. I don't know why it changed. I don't know what changed about who's going to prepare, but I think they're trying to hand down, the maternal duties to the grandkids now. And I'm not the one because I'm not cooking for nobody. Y'all can eat cheese sandwiches at Thanksgiving if it has to be left up to me. I make some good drinks, but I ain't cooking no food for you. But and I love her to death. I really do. But a couple years ago, about 10 years ago, she decided that she was gonna take something up on herself and bring something. I can't remember what it was, but it was like she was on this vegan kick and all this other, and it was just it's a little strange for us. Um, but I'm telling on the family and her because we're having a smaller holiday this year. It's gonna be some of us away and spread out. And I just looked up a recipe on how to make some good mac and cheese, and I feel like I could give her a run for her money. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna decide that tomorrow night. I'm not feeling too well tonight. Got a little feverish.
Wait, so you was gonna make the mac and cheese?
I'm look. I looked up something just a little while ago. And I was like, man, I think I might trust me just a little bit more. I love her to death. I don't know how this gonna work out, and I'm just that's not something I'm willing to sacrifice for Turkey Day. I don't say Thanksgiving that much because I don't. That's not what it is. It's we're giving thanks I guess every day. So it's Turkey Day because we don't always get a turkey. I don't know about y'all out there, but I don't get a turkey every day, and I love turkey. So who you
Whoa.
telling though? I'm done. I don't know that she might be listening. She might cut me out on Thursday. You know what I'm saying? Because it is what it is. I love you, girl. Mwah.
Well, I want to tell on someone I've been trying to tell on for a couple of weeks now.
You
Um,
again?
no, I
Oh.
want to tell on AT&T.
Uh oh.
Reason why I want to tell on AT&T is because um, for whatever reason, my HBO Max, well, the Max went out. Um, I know I had made some changes
Uh
to
oh.
my account, and they had the nerve to tell me that, well, the original person told me there's some kind of issue. They had to send me over to whoever. And then the next person basically was like, you shouldn't have it anyway. And I was like, no, I literally have one of the plans that's listed on here that says I get complimentary max. And then he proceeded to just put me on hold for a long time, and eventually he just hung up on me. But before he hung up on me, he was like, well, I can give you so much money, and you can get a newer iPhone. I said, dude, I wanted to watch HBO Max. I wanted to watch Max. It was a particular show, I don't remember what it is now, that I wanted to watch on it, and now you telling me I can't watch it, and you want to give me a phone? I got a phone.
It's complimentary through AT&T. Is that what you're saying? And they
Hmm.
took it off.
Yeah. But they put it. I talked to the other person. They put it back on. But I just wanted to tell on them because, like, how you gonna offer me an iPhone? Like, I could understand if you was like, oh, let me throw, some other channel at you or something, or let me give you, this amount of money that'll take care of your, the max service or something. No, No, this man was like, "Let me give you like $500 toward a iPhone," and I said, "Dude, I don't want another iPhone right now. I got a perfectly good iPhone. Let me knock on some wood because we
Hey
all know
man,
better.
as soon as you said
Just okay, knock on
he was
some
trying to get
wood."
him a sale too
I'm like,
at that
so yeah,
call. You
so
can't hate
yeah.
on the player. You gotta hate the game, man. He was trying to add that in. He's like, he know he gonna be able to take care of the max for you. He was like, well, look,
No, he told me I couldn't get it. He was like, "You couldn't get it because you changed this and you changed it." I said, "Sir, what does one have to do with the other?"
oh, you have to be on auto pay or something? Like,
No, I don't have to be on
hey,
nothing. I just got to be on this particular, like, they list, like, what services you need to have. I have it.
they said
I didn't change it.
they were just seeing if you was gonna notice, and since you did, they put it back on there for you. There you go. You welcome.
But no, he didn't put nothing back on there. I had to literally talk to somebody else to get it put back on there because, again, he hung up on me.
Oh, he probably did. He you didn't want to, he got to get a quota. You know what I'm saying? You ain't cooperating. Yeah, I'd have hung up on you too.
But
Mm-hmm.
I literally had to be on the phone with them for, I think I called them at like 12 something. I didn't finish with them till like 2 or 3 o'clock. That's a long time to be on the phone with customer service. So yes, that is who I am telling on. I'm telling on AT&T. Otherwise, I like AT&T, but sometimes they have horrible people in customer service sometimes.
Man, like ain't
Just
nobody.
horrible.
Everybody working from home now. They in their own house. They feel like you can't talk to them no kind of fucking way. Because I'm telling you, you call me, I'm at home. I'm be like, look here now. I done told you. It's different when you in a call center environment. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to, you
No,
got
because I'm still nice to the people I talk to. I
I
don't do
mean,
customer service, but I still am nice to the people I talk to, and I work remote.
yeah,
I
and
was
it's
nice to the
like,
people today. And I wasn't even in a good mood today because it's Tuesday. And I don't be in good mood always on Tuesday.
oh
But
man,
today I was really not in a good mood because I just
you wasn't
wasn't.
trying to hear that ish.
And I was still nice to people.
But I mean, yeah, it's crazy though. Like that's weird that somebody that's at the same company was able to take care of what you needed, and the guy that you got to was just trying to give you $500 off a phone, which ain't much. You still gonna have to pay more.
I know. I was like, how is it helping me and I don't have to pay for a phone right now? How is it helping me? How is it helping me? When I want channels, I wanted to watch something. I don't even know what I want to watch anymore because this was weeks ago.
Oh dang, you didn't ever get to watch it.
I don't know. I got it back because I should have got it back because I told them, I said, this is on your website. So the other person, the other lady, she helped me out, and she did
Lady,
right. She did right by me. It was a
right?
lady at first. Then the first lady sent me over to
The
gave
boy.
me a telephone number, and it just kept on asking me for an extension. So I think she was just trying to get rid of me too.
Oh yeah,
So
you know them old tricks back in the day. Transfer to
I didn't do
CIG,
that.
buddy.
I didn't do that though. I didn't do that though.
Mm. Oh, shit, I did. I ain't even gonna lie. When they decided to walk me out and fire me, I hung up on the very person I was talking to. Oh shit, y'all got time for this? I got bye. I was already frustrated with them anyway. Towards the end there, I hung up on a lot of people, just hoping I didn't get caught. It was crazy.
But they
I
end
was
up
kind of
catching you apparently anyway, and
no,
so
they fired me for my save rate. Remember I
um
told you we went to Crab Shack after that. The
oh
minute I walked
because
out,
yeah.
man, I was so scared. I walked to my car like I was happy when I left out there, but when I got to the car, like man, I got no job. I remember I called you. I was almost in tears.
Yeah, we had went to Birmingham.
Yep, and it worked all out. I got on that unemployment that they told me I wasn't gonna get because they wanted to fire me because I can't make people keep their service. That was some crazy mess. That was some craziness. But yeah,
Mm.
shout out to that company. Crazy bastards. Can't you go? What you think? TK, we need to see you over here. Okay, it's cool. Bet. Pick up. I got all my stuff. You ain't finna give me the walk of shame. I walked through HR and walked out the side over there. You ain't finna walk me across the whole floor in front of everybody. You got me told. Bye.
Well, speaking of
Yeah.
that particular job, they had me on technical support. That was a bad idea. They had me.
Wait a
That is the
minute.
worst ideal ever.
Is that when they split us up? Like, cause
No, this is when I first started. They had me on
oh,
tech
okay.
support, and luckily for me, my supervisor was like, "She's a good employee, but this just ain't what she need to be doing at all."
You gotta check your SATA cables.
So that's when they
Reset.
put me. That's when they put me on the retention side.
They put me
Um,
on there because I was taking too long. Because I believed in one call resolution, and
hmm
my call times was high. I don't want these motherfuckers calling back no more. Don't call back again. So let's resolve it. And they had me having that old lady going out to her dish with an oxygen tank. She had to take her oxygen out. Girl, because she didn't want to pay for the service call. They had to pay for that service
Yeah, I
call.
think it was like $50 or something like that.
So we had to go through doors troubleshooting. And at that point, we was at check the cables at the dish, and she went on out there. She took. You
Stop
talking
it.
about feeling bad? I felt horrible. This woman outside. I was like, man, we gonna have to send a service call. I don't know if I hung up on her or not. I really don't remember how that happened. What happened with that one? But maybe. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, it was bad. It was me and technical support was bad because keep in mind when I didn't have the service at that time.
Right. Okay. I
And
never
I
had it.
had no idea what they were talking about, and it was bad. Like technical support was no, it
You
was the
better
worst
go
ideal
home.
ever. But luckily, like I said, luckily for me, my supervisor was like, she was a great employee, and da 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 da, and she'll be better served, doing something else. And
Ain't that
I stayed
something?
there until I decided to leave
Man, you was
because
going.
my save rate was my loyalty rate the highest.
Yeah, no,
Cause
I
I
couldn't
wasn't
get
throwing everything out to everybody. Some people
me
would be
neither.
like, "Let me give you $200. Let me give you this." I'll be like, "Let's change your plan so you can afford services, and
I
you
don't
won't
want to be
call me
without
back."
this. I don't want to be without this. Look, ma'am. All right, well, I can talk about them folks for hours. F them folks.
No,
I was
I
getting
have
to
I
the
have
point.
no problem with that former company at all. I have no problem with them at all.
I love the way we got treated, like outside the calls. Oh yeah, perfect.
I had no problem
They
with
had
it.
food for us. We had an internet cafe. Like, oh, that was dope. TVs, an area where you could go sleep.
Well, we had an internet cafe at.
That big long room over there by the training rooms was the internet with all them computers. You don't remember that?
I don't think I went.
Like when you come in the front door,
I
you
know,
look to
yeah, I know, but
yeah.
I don't.
You don't remember all them computers down that long hallway on the way to the training area?
Yeah, I took calls back there.
Well, everybody had to go to the training area for training, so I know you saw it.
Well, they had two trainings. They had one upstairs, I think upstairs, and then they had one on the.
Upstairs is where I did CRG training, but not
Yeah,
but
that's where I
the
did. Yeah.
beginning. That
I,
onboard and all that stuff was in that was
no wait,
downstairs.
no, maybe my technical support training. I don't know, but I sucked at technical support, and not gonna lie, I still will suck at technical support because that's really not my world.
Well,
Not my
that was
world
my
at all.
thing, hooking up TVs and DVD players and all that stuff back then. I knew how to do all that. So when they had them kind of questions, I was good with that. Find your input. But
And then
I
I
could
also have a southern accent, and sometimes them words were not coming out
what?
like. I remember every time I said God, people thought I said God, and they was
Oh
like,
wow.
and because apparently I was like God, God, and they was like, huh? So
Go with
even
God.
so
That's your God.
nobody knew what I was talking about because the southern accent was twanging.
Bless
But
their hearts.
but anyway, moving on to it's cool when they do it, a problem when we do it, and of course this has it's pretty much like a controversial topic surrounding race, and for this particular one, it has to do with the Kansas school. The headline states Kansas school forced Native American student to cut his hair. So basically, a 8-year-old um, boy. I mean, sorry,
Yeah.
a 8-year-old girl. Wait, I'm sorry, a 8-year-old boy. 8-year-old boy, because it was the lady's
Right.
son. Ugh. Um, part of the Native American tribe
Yeah.
of
What?
Wadati.
Yeah, I couldn't.
When
I just left it alone too. There you
nation?
go.
Yeah, let's
The
go with
W
that.
tribe. How about
Mm-hmm.
that? The W tribe. Let's go.
So basically,
Hmm.
the 8 year old was allegedly forced to cut his hair to be able to still stay in school because they threatened
To
to
stay in
basically
school.
kick him out because of the length of his hair. And the ACLU was basically stating that this should have not happened. He should have been given a religious exception to
Right.
this. Um, so yeah. So how do you feel about all of this?
My thing is, okay, what does it matter the length of a child's hair um, for them to be put out of school? Now, this wasn't like, oh, they can't go to the after school events or they can't go to a game. They can't get their education if they don't cut their hair, which is literally
Yeah.
forcing them to do just that because, my child needs education. But I don't think it's fair. We were discussing the Crown Act. I don't know what that protect. We have to look into see exactly what that protects, but I wasn't sure if it passed or not, or whether it was federal or state. But it should protect the young people especially. Now I can't say, and I do believe that that might have been actually in the workplace as well. Was that about the workplace?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I can't really say as much for the adults in the situation because if your company, I'm not saying it's right either way, but if your company is saying if we gonna pay you, you gonna do what we say in this regard. It's not fair, but I can see people doing that doing before doing kids. Like you're telling me that I can't get an education in school because I don't cut my hair. It's ridiculous, and it's not even like it's arbitrary. This is my tribe. This is
Yeah.
something that most young men, young males do uh, in that particular tribe. They grow their hair apparently until they
Yeah.
don't cut it until what a loved one dies or something like that. Is what I read in the article. So you're messing with a lot more than just trying to make a point for a kid not wearing their hair that way when you're doing stuff like that because that's their belief system and things like that. And then in order, people are gonna comply. I mean that's just what they do. We
Yeah.
make a big stink. We make a big stink about it. We fuss about it. We put it on social media. It goes viral. But people comply because the fact of the matter is that if I don't do this, my child doesn't get an education.
And I'm
Which
looking
is
at the Crown Act, by the way, and
mhm,
apparently Kansas is not included in this. At
gotcha.
least as of the publication that I'm looking at as of July the 26th states it doesn't have. Um, so Tennessee, my state, has it. Texas has it. California. Alabama does not.
Of
Alabama,
course, we're not
yeah.
upwardly active in things that benefit us at all, and that's really sad.
But yeah, but I did see that, apparently, he went to some kind of event during the summer and decided that he wanted to, all the other men had longer hair and he wanted to basically grow out his hair. There's a little controversy of whether or not, that's why they say allegedly forced, because like that weekend he cut his hair to be able to go back to school. So, but to me, he's a
Bust their hair.
kid. It's an 8 year old. Like, how distracting could someone's hair be? I don't
It's just
like
long, and that
literally. I
even
had a Jheri curl back in the day. Like I remember, like when we were all graduating from seventh grade because from a small town you graduate from seventh grade and that's elementary school. So I was like the last person in my class that still had a Jheri curl baby. Like I remember that graduation was when I I probably got it straightened or something. Like it wasn't dripping because I'm just saying now that's distracting them juices that was back in them days with
Bruh,
them Jheri curls.
them
Cause
circles
baby,
they be
you
doing
lay down somewhere, or you sit back somewhere, and it's everywhere.
everywhere. It
So,
ain't nothing. It's just as juicy as it want to be. But I swear that
so
then that bag, girl, you had to reach in the bag.
yeah, so that's why I'm like if a Jheri curl ain't distracting, then to me, long hair should not be distracting.
Right. That was horrible. And I'm thankful that I went through that, but I think it changed my hair for the rest of my life. Like it never after that Jerry curl, my hair was not right since. I had really, really long hair um as a young girl, and my mama had one, my grandmama had one, and so we went and got Jerry curls. None of my aunties ever got Jerry curls, and they ever gave their kids none. So I was the only one that had to be subjected to that. But tell you what, every 6 weeks when you get that thing refreshed up, boy, that thing be tight on your head and bouncing, boy. That was it back in the man. It was awful. That is something that we never, and they still make it. Do you know that?
Yeah.
You can find Carefree Curl on the shelves still.
I actually thought about like before I went completely natural. I thought about, and even now sometimes, well, not like recent now, but I thought about
Girl,
like, I wonder how Jerry curl would be right now.
that'd be the
Cause
worst
I
thing
got
you
some
can
hang
do.
time, baby. I'm just
I,
saying.
cause I be doing like, just let yourself.
But I'm just saying, if a Jerry curl dripping, if I'm just saying, like it's an 8 year old, like
Yeah.
that shouldn't be that distracting. I don't understand what the whole like, because they have the issues sometimes with people with dreads and longer hair and stuff like that. And I'm thinking to myself like, I just don't. And I'm easily distracted, but I don't think I'll be that distracted by somebody with long hair or because again, I had a Jerry curl. Well, a lot of us had a Jerry curl. You baby, you see like third, fourth grade pictures, class pictures. It was a lot of Jerry curls going on.
I get mine third or fourth grade. But the thing about it is that my man might have been out there, doing his locks like that in the we
It
don't
wasn't no
know if he was.
locks. It was just hair.
I mean his yeah
His
his one
long
of them
hair.
locks they still call it
Oh,
locks.
okay, okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
you see, look at you. You know what? But anyway, but just out there doing his thing and making the little girls jealous or something. I don't know what he was doing. Like that don't seem like that would be something I would pursue. Like you know what? You're gonna cut your hair, little boy. No, that ain't something that I would pursue unless like what's the real issue?
And then like the school is a public school. Like it's a public school and apparently part of their dress code has to do like, with the hair length and stuff like that. But to me, I just think that's a weird thing. But also, let me just say this.
Hmm.
Um I remember that when I was a child, my mama I was on ready if anybody ever said anything about my dress code because my mama told me that if they ain't buy my clothes, they can't tell me what they can do. So I was always on go. I was ready for somebody to say something to me.
Yeah, cause
Stay
I
ready so
was
you don't have to
thinking
get ready, baby. Because I was
right.
ready for them.
Like my mom bought my stuff, so you didn't. So bye. But my thing
Yep.
was like, okay, so if there's a dress code.
Mm-hmm.
You can go as far as to say everybody got to wear the same stuff. You got uniforms, okay? But as far as how they look, each person is individual. So how would you say that this person got to do this person got to do this, and then they don't feel unique or they don't feel as like they don't feel like themselves. Like you made me do this. Like there's more that's at stake than just following the rules. Like you got to realize that you're dealing with young people and you're shaping their outlook and their mind and how they see the world.
Of
Like
course, and they're not gonna think they're individuals if I don't know. Like I I never went to a school that had like uniforms and things like that. So I think that would have been annoying to me.
oh yes,
Um,
I
but
don't even understand
I
why
didn't
that's
have to do any of that. So I don't know.
But
It's
was in your
just
school, was there people getting bullied because of what they wore? Be for real.
I
Be
don't
for real.
know. I don't re- I don't think no one did. I'm not 100% positive. Um so yeah, I'm not 100% positive. So I don't know if anybody got bullied for that.
I don't
I'm
remember so
thinking about
much
my
in
own
elementary
class and
school.
I'm thinking like, no, I don't
I,
think so.
I don't remember so much in elementary school, but definitely in middle school and high school. Hmm you have to, you got to come correct.
I think my town's small.
Yeah, it is.
Like, I'm not saying that people didn't get bullied. Just, it's a small town. So I just don't know if I wasn't bullied. I may have been a bully, but I
I
wasn't.
was called fat a lot because I was a fat kid, but I
Oh,
had something for they ass. It wasn't even it wasn't even a kid. Plus, I was funny and I could fight. So, what you gonna do?
okay then.
What I mean, what you really gonna do? Like that's another thing. These bullying with these children. Like it's to now it's mostly about words. You have the rarity where somebody is getting their head stuffed in the toilet or getting stuffed in lockers and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's
I didn't know
words
that was
now,
even a thing.
girl.
I don't think, I definitely don't think none of that was going on. I could be wrong and naive, but I don't think that was going on.
I'm pretty sure you was in your own little word anyway. But yeah, the people, they used to beat them little funny looking boys up, and girls too. If you was all geeky looking, I mean, you know what geeky looking people look like. So if you was all that, in high school, they talked about you. But then you had folks like me and your boy. I can't think of his name. Garrett, what was his name? I don't know. We had this boy that was transferred to our high school. That was, he was a little effeminate, and he had stabbed somebody at the other high school because back when with a pencil
What?
with a
Oh,
pencil. Yeah. But so they transferred him to our high school because back then it wasn't but two. You know what I'm saying, in Murfreesboro. So they transferred him to our school and they started fucking with him. That boy had to show him something. Boy, he pulled out. He was like, "You heard about me? Find out." Like this was back in what, 94. That boy was like they he wasn't finna let nobody fuck with him no more. And that's exactly what they had been doing at the other schools, calling him sissy and this, that, all kind of things. And he stabbed that boy with a pencil and ain't nobody else fuck with him again until they transferred him. And then when he came to our school, everybody done heard the story. And then somebody wanna fuck with him anyway. Okay. All right. He gonna stab y'all up too. He back then he used to have his little nails done. He had his little perm.
oh,
Oh, sorry, relaxer. Excuse me.
mm,
I want to use the proper terminology because yeah, that is crazy. Like this bullying stuff getting out of hand. But yeah, with that in mind, I don't see him getting bullied for his long hair. Like there's nothing that they're protecting him from. It's just something that they want. That's my thoughts about it.
yeah. That's kind of mine as well. Like I just don't, I just don't get it. It's 8 year old. Like, I feel like a lot of kids. Like, I think about my own like great nephews. They all have had like longer hair.
Hmm
And it wasn't until they got like maybe first or second grade or something like that that they chose to cut their hair. Or probably in my baby case, they cut my baby hair probably before he wanted to get cut. But that's neither here nor there.
It was time.
Um, but so I don't know. I think 8 year olds kind of young. Like if they want to have hair and I don't know.
It's more of
I
a do as I say thing and shut up.
I just don't know if I just don't know if even I don't even know if we had a hair or whatever. But I also went to a predominantly black school, so I don't know why they I don't know what they would have put in there. Like Cause keep in mind, back in like especially like high school days, like that's when we using the microwave and some rollers, and that's how we
Oh
get
my
our
god.
ponytails. So
Man,
I'm
you
just
ain't seen my
saying.
homegirls do that thing. Come that look, set lotion, wrap her hair nice and flat on the roller, and then put it in the microwave,
Like like
and then
them
come out with a whole
ponytails.
ponytail, and then just pull it. Then look, wrap that track
Hmm.
around the little knobbing or whatever they had on their head, the little bean, whatever that was. Wrap the whole track around there, be a big old. Man, that was some funny. I have seen some funny stuff
I
in
feel
my.
like that was I don't know who started it. I don't know how it got started, but like I feel like that was inventive, baby. And that
Man,
was the easiest way to get that was easiest way to get a ponytail, and them ponytails, baby. Them ponytails was laid, baby.
they would last too. All you had to do was pull them
Yes.
little pieces apart and you had to pump it up. Get you some pump it up. Y'all remember pump it up? Y'all know about pump it up. I don't even know if they still make that flammable
Yeah,
shit. That
they
shit
still
would
make
set
it. I'm
the
almost positive I've
whole
seen
house
it in
on
a hair
fire.
store.
Which man, that damn shit would make that shit mannequin challenge still. That shit was crazy. Back in the day, I was like, dang, y'all do a whole lot. I can't do all that. Like I wouldn't. Ain't
Yeah,
no
we
way.
did
I
it.
used to get
Especially
mad
like we were in the
though.
band, so the band people always had,
They had
now
that
everybody
ponytail.
got the long weave and
We
all doing all that, and but back in the day, you had your hair. It didn't matter auxiliary. It didn't matter if you was on the dance team, a flag girl, majorette, or you was playing an instrument. You had your hair in one of the microwave ponytails, baby.
Now then, how about the one where they get the weave tracks and then they get the bevel coming down, just the one flat little weave piece that just be a flat iron straight down to your face on both sides. Like it was like, oh man, I
With your
think
pony, time with your microwave ponytail. Yeah.
yeah, they
Mm-hmm.
did that. Boy, I said, but that was another piece. You had to glue that piece on up in here, and then look, you had to glue that piece on up underneath your little ponytail so it'll come down and just be straight.
Yeah,
Be
that
come
was
down right
those
about
were the
here.
good old days, baby. Those were the good old days. Those were the good old days of the hair.
Hmm.
We'll go ahead and move on to our next topic, and we're going to talk about what everybody and their mama has been talking about for the last few days. None other than the Diddy Cassie situation, and I want to say trigger warning because this topic is going to be sensitive for a lot of people. Basically, Cassie filed a lawsuit and stated that um, she was
Sean Puffy Combs.
she was basically raped and forced to do a lot of things, um, you know, while under his care with his, I don't know how it works, but yeah. Um, so she basically sued. Then it was stated that, oh yeah, she was just trying to get money, da 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 da. He, denies it, and then before everybody got even, most people got noticed that everything was going on. It was like the case has been settled. That was probably the quickest case that has ever been settled to my knowledge. That was quick. When I say that was quick, I mean that was literally one of the quickest settlements that I have ever seen. Um, but I also feel like, of course, said that, that's not an admission of guilt because he, settled or anything like
Yeah.
that. Um, and people were like, oh my goodness, but they were in a relationship for a long time. And I will say this on this show, just like I said this before. One of the things that she stated was, I think it was Kid Cudi, something about him allegedly saying that he was going to blow up his car, and his car was blown up,
Mhm.
apparently.
Because Kid
And
Cudi got
that,
some kind of crush on Cassie, right?
yeah, they had some kind of interaction. And let me just say this. If you tell me you're going to blow up somebody's car and somebody's car get blowed up, I'm gonna have to stick beside you because I'm afraid for my life at that point. I'm
Right.
just saying. I'm
and
afraid
that's
for
and
my
that's for
life.
real. Like if
Exactly.
you think of all the deaths that this man has been linked to, just hearsay. Okay, like it's too much. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Puff Daddy Diddy Combs. You are a devious motherfucker. You scary. If I'm dealing with you in any type of way, I'm not.
Since
Now my
this was a
best
civil
friend,
case, I will say, allegedly. Just say allegedly.
allegedly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
that's the thing. This civil case is gonna open up a criminal investigation, and there's nothing that anybody can do about that. So while Cassie settled and took whatever she got and came in, I can agree with that, because now the state of New York is gonna have to look into all incidents that are speculated and related to, and possibly open up an investigation on Diddy Combs,
You
because
don't think that he has enough ties and connections to be able to not for that not to happen?
I think he did before all this came out, but it's too much. They talking about him too much at this point now. Like like the sex trafficking. They're gonna be looking for underage people, because
Mm.
Diddy was 40, she was 19, which she's not underage. But I mean, come on, that's a little weird. I can't say it's weird. Like it happens a lot. People fall in love
Yeah.
with 20-year age gaps all the time. But I don't get it, but I don't judge it either. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know what they find attractive about each other. But for her to come out saying this years later, which probably her NDA has expired, with it, because I'm pretty sure they all on the NDA, especially Farnsworth Bentley. That's why he done fucking disappeared. He knows so much shit that he just like, you know what? I'm finna get out the world. I don't know where I'm at. Y'all don't know where I'm at. Fuck it. Because I know he got the TT, but he probably NDA'd up to the day he passed away.
Well,
But
also the thing about like the I don't know if this part is true. I saw a lot of people saying this in the comments that apparently the state of New York or something like that had something where something happened, and you had an NDA that you can still sue or pursue legal actions. I don't know if it was just civil. I don't know if it's criminal as well. But like I said, I didn't read all of that, and I just saw in the comments, and people be lying. So I'm not really sure about that part. But my thinking is that when she came out, there were three members of Danity Kane that said that they stood by Cassie.
I'm pretty sure that if you think about how they appeared and disappeared, yeah, they know some shit.
And
That
it
Aubrey
was,
Day girl,
yeah, like Aubrey has been saying a lot of stuff about him, like, and she was like, I told y'all. Um I wasn't shocked by D Woods, because yes, I know these people name because I was so watching Making the Band, and I followed these
yeah,
people, and
Danny
I
Kane.
yes, Danny the Kane was
We
it.
swore, we vowed.
But I was actually shocked that what's that other girl? Oh
All
my
I heard was
goodness.
D Woods and Aubrey. I didn't know nobody else said anything.
Dawn said
Dang.
something.
That's
I
not
was
D Woods.
shocked. Dawn is
Oh,
the one that was in that night in Paris or whatever group or whatever he had. He had like a little group or whatever that it was
Danny
him,
Kane is
and it
right
was
there
pretty
too.
much him and her for the most part doing some songs or doing an album. But yeah. So no, D Woods is the one that became an actress, and like she pretty much, I think she was from Atlanta, and she pretty much went like nowhere near the music scene anymore. Like once she got Identity King, she was not about music. She was not about, like, the other ones had came back, left Identity King, came back, and all this stuff, and she was
Mm.
gone. Um,
That shit could be traumatizing, I imagine. Like
exactly.
somebody, shit, my damn iPad cut off. Somebody that you admire and you end up getting to work with, and then you see how icky they are. Like
Hmm.
they say he freaky dicky.
Whoa.
Like I was on Clubhouse the night that the only day that the suit was filed, and it was
It's the
people that
only day.
yeah, they were in there talking about how, yeah, these allegations come up and they get put away. But I'm sorry, whatever was in them documents is burned up and incinerated, so we'll never know. I'm pretty sure he settled that quickly simply because even a civil trial with that information, that could probably ruin him. Like he gonna be ruined because he had to pay a lot. He gonna end up having to pay a lot more, I think. And now he finally letting his artists have they money that they was owed and stuff. But yeah, he gonna pay out a lot. I don't think Bad Boy gonna be making no more albums for a while.
Well, he had already gave them, or gave some of them basically those
Right.
credits or whatever. Like, and some of them were saying like, "Don't sign it." I think Danny Kane was one of the ones that didn't want to sign it because they were like, it's not gonna produce any money right now. Like, it's not gonna be like when it was really worth money, you didn't have us on it. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And now all of a sudden now you want us all on, you want us to have these rights, and stuff like that. So I think they were one of the ones. I could be wrong though. I could totally be wrong. Because I don't think a lot of people that were apparently on Bad Boy were saying like, what's the point of having it now? Because I guess the money wasn't really coming in. Because you think about this, Danny Kane, whew, that was so long ago.
Day 26 was that
Day
day
26.
26?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know. I didn't watch the show. I didn't watch none of that. I know that some of them kids was traumatized from being around him, and we don't know. Like we don't know unless you've been in his presence. You don't know what kind of person he is.
Yeah.
So, them kids. That big boy. I believe he's traumatized.
Oh, the big one in Day 26.
Yeah, and he was he. I think he little now.
Oh, he is.
I
I
think
don't
so.
remember the name. I just remember the what was the
Mm-mm.
Day 26 was the guys. Danny DeCane was the
Mm-hmm.
girls. What
Mm-hmm.
was the what was the rap one? Like the
Mm-hmm.
straight rap one. What was that? Oh my goodness, the one where he had them going out to go get the cheesecake and everything.
In the middle of the night.
Yeah. What
Mm-hmm.
was
I don't know.
they had a name?
I don't know. Like I didn't watch the show. Now Jasmine, my bestie, that's her man. You can't tell her Puff Daddy did no kind of wrong.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Cause she was like she all about the money and did like we was cause when I heard this though she the first person I text I said your boy down bad ain't he? She was like that's some bullshit. She said I was waiting on you to text me and blah 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 blah. She was telling me like she think I was like look Jazz I said I love you. But this man done some freaky dicky shit and I don't know what he's done and I can't say that the girl wasn't about money but whatever it's about she's raising awareness and she did it for people that's been in his past and people that would possibly be in his future now. They say your girl Young Miami ain't phased talking about he ain't done that shit to me or some shit. I don't know. I just heard that. I don't know if she actually said that, but
I
you
mean, yeah,
know,
people were saying like, "Oh, she normally talks and says everything else, but now she's quiet." And the thing about it is, the
she don't
situation
want to
is
get
that,
unalive either. Oh, I'm sorry.
yeah, like you don't know what situations people are in, and people were like, "Oh my goodness." So since she settled, it's all about the money. It may not be all about the money, but like money can help with trauma because it can help
Yeah,
pay for therapy. It
right.
can help pay for security. It can help pay for a lot of things that she
She
may
gonna
feel
need
like she needs. Exactly.
for
So,
doing this.
and
Yeah.
people are like, well, if you feel that way, you should have took the criminal, case route. And
She can't make the DA file charges.
yeah, like a lot of that,
This was
I
a
just feel
civil
like
suit.
you don't know what a person is in and what kind of situation a person is going through. So it's hard to say like this is what they should have did if you haven't been in their shoes. And when I say in their shoes, I
Yeah.
mean that in that exact shoes because like yeah, you could have been, sex trafficked and molested, raped and all this situation, but if someone, it's one thing if somebody is threatening you and do not have the means to carry out a threat. It's
Right.
another thing for somebody to threaten you and you know what they are capable of.
Mhm.
Because I'm telling
But
you right
they said they
now,
trying to bring your boy down though. with the Keefy D thing and everything, everything just coming out all of a sudden, like what's really going on?
What
But
Keefe
it is
D?
what
Who's that?
Keefy D said that he one got paid from Puffy for Tupac.
I don't know. I
You
don't
didn't hear about
know.
that? Look up Keefy D. He came out in an interview recently.
Oh.
He said Puff Daddy Combs paid him a certain amount of money to do something.
Oh my goodness. And by the way, apparently the rap people were the band. It was called The Band. DA
Sure
Band.
was. Okay, now,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I kind of remember that now, but I didn't watch it. I didn't watch none of the shows. And Danny Kane's song got on my nerves.
I love Danny
Uh,
the King.
mm-mm.
That was
We
awesome.
in the cut.
We
We
rock
ride
slow.
slow.
We do
We
the
doing
things
things
that the
that your
girls
girls do.
won't
It's
do.
on the radio every 2 seconds. I was done with that song. It just got on my nerve.
I loved it. I loved Danny the King.
I know.
Um,
So did Jeff.
but yeah, but like I think it's because some people do they may get molested and things. Like I said, when you have the fear, because see, this is the thing about it. Um, it seems like allegedly that the threats that she felt, they were viable.
This man used to sell her to the highest bidder. His friends, his rich friends that he came over there, she would have to entertain them. You feel me? Like, but this is another thing I have to say. What do you put up with for that lifestyle? Like, do you honestly think you could, like, if some man came and swept you off your feet, he made 100 million a year. He said, "Look, you gonna do this, and then I need you to be at my side. You need to entertain my friends. You need to do all this. Like,
Because
you don't think you could do
once he said I need to entertain his friends, I don't need to entertain nobody. At that
a
point,
hundred? A hundred. He make 100 million a year.
me
That ain't
personally,
even close.
I don't see that for me. Like again, me personally, out of my own free will, no. But like
Don't you work?
if it was a viable threat and something to happen to me or a family member or something like that, then that's totally different. I can't speak on that, but I'm just saying, me personally, no, I'm not ruled by money like that.
You don't have to work. You don't have to worry about anything else. Anytime you blink and think of something that you want, you got it. Like, think about it. A lot of people will sell out for that.
And again, that's them. That ain't
I'm
me.
not. I'm not. That's what I'm saying. But I'm just giving this perspective.
Yeah.
Some of us, because I can't honestly say that. Depending on man, man, shit. I don't know. I'm questioning myself on that every day. But if somebody was like, I'm gonna pay this, pay that, all you gotta do is, yeah, I go in there and I tickle your friends, hey, boogie, ticka, 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 ticka. I do what, some shit like that. But when it come down to having to do a whole lot, you might have to walk away. But then, can you walk away once you say, okay, I can do this one thing, and then it gets pushed further and further, and then you in it. Now they got video on you.
Well, I know, and I think that was one of the things that, like, I think he did take allegedly had video of her. I believe that's what I read, and didn't actually, you know. I'm just saying, for me,
But that's what they do. These rich folks, man. I'm telling you, they play on a whole different level of devious than we ever even thought
of
about.
course,
And it's like, what the. They like. I mean, and seriously, in books and movies that you read and watch, you can see that these motherfuckers don't play. They got the coin, and people do what they do for the money. Like you, okay, so say you got a famous friend, Hollywood, y'all out there, they kill somebody, they call you to clean it up, they're gonna pay you 150 million.
well, first of all my friends know, do not call me if that situation. Do not call me.
I know
I
that.
am the wrong person to call because I'm calling the police.
Police, exactly. Y'all best to believe them. Y'all best to
I
goddamn
will
believe
call the
them.
police. So I'm the wrong person for that.
I'm the last one that's gonna call the police. I was held at gunpoint in a restaurant in North Carolina, and I still didn't want to call the police. Let's just go home, please. I don't want the police involved. If it wasn't for my coworker, they wouldn't have been called. We would have went home because they didn't get no money. I was that stubborn. They didn't get nothing except our personal money. They got our money,
Whoa.
but they
Mm-mm.
didn't get the store's money. Yeah,
Mm-mm.
that
They
was
would have
bad.
got the store money. They would have got
No,
the dealing with me.
no,
They would have
because
got the
I
store
was
money
new.
and not my own.
I was new in town. All that was gonna come back on me. And even with the fact that they didn't get the money, girl, they were still asking me questions like, "Did you know who it was?" Nah, I didn't know who it was.
Whoa.
And I kept looking at my boy like, "See, it's your
And
fault
even
because
with
you
the fact
trying
that
to
they
get the money."
didn't get the money.
And it's like, hey, I'm good. I don't fool with the police. This boy was dying at my job at CarMax when I was working at CarMax. He went into a seizure, and they told me to call the police. I didn't call him from my cell phone. I called him from their phone. I don't call the police. I don't want to be involved. I'm not hitting 911 from my phone for nothing.
Mm-mm.
If y'all hold me up, that's good. If I don't shoot you, then you better hope I shoot you before I call the police. I ain't calling the police because I'm gonna shoot you.
No, I'm
That's
calling
all
the
it is.
police. I'm calling the police. We
I know,
all know I'm calling the police.
but you as a black person are so trustworthy of the police. I don't
No,
understand.
no, it's not that. It's not that.
It
It's not
is
that.
that.
No, it's
It's
not
what
that.
I see. Why would you
It's
call
not
them?
that. Because I don't want to put myself in those situations. They don't cause me to go to jail. I don't want to go to jail, prison. Mm-mm. And then there's certain situations like, yeah,
Do you
somebody
have a
needs to be
gun?
called. Huh?
Do you have a gun?
Huh?
Yeah, exactly. You need one. You definitely need one. Well, now I don't know because you be done got scared, shot something. Man, you be done shot the fuck out of somebody. But anyway, it's definitely personal. My personal space. I ain't looking to get one of them scopes where you can shoot people across the field and shit like that. I'm in my perimeter. If you ain't in this perimeter, you ain't bothering me. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like if you can't reach out and touch or kick me, you are not bothering me. I ain't gonna try to kill you. But if you up in my person, I'm
Well, and that's what I'm saying. Like, in her, I think her situation is a lot different because not only were they in a relationship, he was also her boss. Like, he held
yeah.
her whole career. Like, it's a
That's
lot
an
of
HR
factor.
issue,
It's
right?
a lot of factors to me that was so involved in their relationship or whatever that, because you think about it this way, there's people that sleep with their boss to keep a job.
I don't understand that because
I'm just
it's just
saying
like
it happens. It ain't right, but I'm saying it happens. Then people talk about like other people sleeping with people just to be able to get a promotion and stuff like that. So imagine your boss is the one that's telling you to do this, that, and the third, and that's also your boyfriend. Like that's
Mhm.
also your man. So I
Just need
think
to
that's
put
a
the
weird power dynamic, and that's why a
yeah.
lot of times, they tell people if you are, executives and C-suite, type people, don't be talking to these other people because there is a perceived threat that if I don't do what you tell me to do, then I no longer have a job, or I don't get promoted, or I don't do this. And if I do it, then I can get, which is not right either. But if I do it, then I get to keep my job. Then I get a promotion. Then, which isn't right either. But
My
any,
thing is, how is that safe? Like, okay, so in the particular field that you're in, if somebody came to me and said, "I feel like I can't keep my job because my boss expects me to sleep with them," where do you go from that? Because
you do an investigation. You first got
yeah,
to
but the
do it.
investigation, the first thing that boss is gonna say is that you're not up to par. So you got to make sure that your attendance is right, your adherent, whatever they got you, you on point with everything. You're not missing no files. You're not messing up on reports. Like it to involve yourself in something like that just to get a promotion is crazy to me. Um, if you if you really want to, get ahead, take that information and use it as a setup and take it to the HR people. That's what you do. If that's how you want to get ahead, because if that's how they approach you, that's wrong.
Of course, sexual harassment is wrong.
And it's fucking ridiculous. Like I've seen sexual harassment in most of the jobs that I've had,
Oh,
and it's just a matter of, do you take it? Do you sit there? what you gonna do? What are they gonna believe? You know what I'm saying? People actually question themselves of whether they're gonna be believed in these situations, and then you can't really risk that when it's your job
Well, it's
because
scary. It's definitely scary.
this is what I was told
Okay.
when I had issues at CarMax. HR is not there for you; they are there for the company. So, they in
I'm
any
not
regard,
disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing.
right? That's what I'm saying. So you have to be so careful when you. I mean, it's like you got to be on all A's, like all points when you try to take something like that. So that's why I think a lot of people just deal with that because, like, okay, so what if I'm somebody that's frequently late, which I'm not, but they're going to question. Because when I had my issue with CarMax and I went to HR, they were trying to pull everything that I had done into question. But guess what? There was nothing to pull. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because I stayed on point with my stuff. They were trying to be like, well, oh no, well, check here. Here you go. Look at that. There you go, right there. You know what I mean? So there was nothing they could do. So they hated me. Like they literally made my last few months there miserable because I beat them. I literally beat them because I'm not gonna be mistreated by anyone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if it hadn't been for my car wreck and my PTSD, I'd still be there
Yeah.
running things because I had just set a precedent at CarMax about you not finna fuck with me. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm too good at my job. I'm never late. In 2 years, I have one tardy. You know why that was? Because I went to work without my work shirt one day, and the idiot that I reported made me go all the way back home and get my shirt and clock in late, and that was my tardy.
Mm.
I said, pull it up. I said, go on and pull up my record. The big guy was like, oh, we'll pull it up and see exactly what. Yeah, just his mouth wide open, like, oh, wow. No violations, no tardies, no missed days without authorization. You know what I'm saying? Y'all not finna do me around here. And it's sad that we have to do these things because people want to mess with us. So I feel Cassie. That's your boss. That's your boyfriend. He having you do these things when you're able, when you're in a good place. Now I'm an advocate of telling it right when it happened. That's what broke up my marriage. My stance on that. But I'm an advocate for telling it right when it happens. But if you fear for your life, I can't tell you what to do.
Yeah.
I won't. I wouldn't even try because I don't know that situation. Ain't nobody trying to kill me for what I know. You know what I'm saying? Or what they've put me through or what I could possibly do to them.
Yeah. Or what they
So
think you know. Yeah. Um. But yeah. So the next thing we're going to do. This is going to be only because it's Thanksgiving. It's in a few days. So, what is something this year that you're thankful for
I'm gonna
in the
tell you,
spirit of Thanksgiving?
in the spirit of Thanksgiving, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm thankful for waking up every day. Um, because some of the things I've dealt
Yeah.
with this year, and it's like it's scary.
Yeah.
You don't know when your last moment is on this earth, and I'm thankful, and I do make it a point every day when I wake up to thank God for me being here, and that's something that I didn't do as much before my situation,
Mm,
simply because I was like I prayed, I did all that, but I didn't thank God for the ability to wake up because everybody doesn't wake up every day.
yeah. That's
and
definitely
that's
true.
and
Yeah.
that's that's crazy. So this year, I'm happy to be with my family. It's going to be most of us here. I'm happy to reconnect with them because I've kind of gotten away from them, trying to live my life, and and it's they've always been there, but I've never really enveloped myself with them. So this year, I'm looking forward to reconnecting with my family and getting there and just having some fun with some good food and drinks. I'm making drinks. So that's something I do on the holidays. Poor Perfection shows up. Poor Perfection makes drinks. I test them out on there. My mocktails too with the kids. So that's something I'm thankful for. I'm thankful that I still have my head in Poor Perfection as well because I have had a lot to deal with this
Yeah.
past year and I've gotten beside myself. I've gotten off to the wayside everywhere else that I could be except for on the right track. So I am thankful again that I'm able to pull myself back to where I need to be. So I'm thankful for all those things. How about you?
Okay. For me, this year hasn't really been. I wouldn't say the year's been bad, but I wouldn't necessarily say it was the greatest either so far. But again, definitely, grateful and thankful that I'm alive. I've been to church probably more this year, like physically inside the church more this
Oh
year than I
yeah.
have probably since I left Huntsville. I was just at church this past Sunday. I was at church. Um, but what I am very very thankful for, I have a great support system. Like we talked about, a support system, and I'm definitely grateful. I don't know if she wants me to share this, but I'm going to share it anyway. And if she's listening, she's just listening. So weekend before yeah, I think weekend before. Wait, was this? No, this was last. Was this last? Weekend before last. Weekend before last. Wait, I went to church weekend before last.
When you were down here, yeah.
Yeah. So that Saturday, my mother and my brother was involved in a car
Hmm.
accident, and both of them had to go to the hospital. And my mother told me that she thought that was going to be the end.
Hmm.
And so I'm definitely grateful and thankful that it wasn't. Um, if you know anything about me, you know that like I'm my mother's child, baby. Like I'm her
Hmm.
baby.
You are the
I
baby.
talk to her. Yeah, I'm literally the baby. I talk to her basically every day. Anytime I go to the store, anytime I'm driving, anytime I do this, anytime I do that, I'm calling my mama. So I'm definitely thankful and grateful that, God spared her and my brother. And other than a couple bumps and bruises and stuff like that, she pretty much came out of the wreck, totaled the car, airbag deployed, and all this stuff.
Mm.
And, you know, she's here. So
She's still here.
I'm definitely thankful for that.
Thankful for that. Yeah.
Um, so we're going to the last segment in what has a television show, what has a book, since you wanted me to add to that, or a movie taught you.
I'm
And
going to a movie this week. John Wick. Now, most people might say, "What can John Wick teach you?" And I'm gonna tell you, if you've seen the series, John Wick can teach you that if you don't poke the bear, nothing will happen to you. There's a lot of people in this world like myself that are gentle giants, I would say. Well, I'm not really a giant, I'm just large. But it's
what?
but I am a teddy bear, and I'm a very sensitive person, and I feel emotions for my emotions are all over the place for people and how I feel about them. And when people but I don't bother nobody. You know what I'm saying? I don't go out here fucking with people. I'm very cocky and confident type of person, but I don't go out here fucking with people or belittling people or making people feel smaller than they should. And I feel like when people start coming to fuck with me, it's a problem. So, hopefully there's not a point that I go full John Wick on anyone, but I feel like the one thing that he wanted to do was be left alone, and that couldn't happen. People either wanted him to do something that he didn't want to do, or they wanted him to let them do something that he didn't want to let him do, or they were just messing with him. And then if he didn't do that, they killed his dog. See, they had to do all that.
I've never seen it, so I didn't.
Oh, girl, you would do yourself a favor to watch John Wick 1 through 4,
Oh,
and it's it's a lot of action. You like action movies, but it's got a point. He's a quiet guy. I'm not so much the quiet guy, but I don't bother people, which is why I can relate to that. Like I don't go out poking people and trying to fuck with them unless now, hold on now. Let me clarify. Unless they start with me. I've always been the type you got to hit me first before I, strike back. Cause that's what my mama told me when I was little. If I hit them first, I'm gonna get a whooping. If they hit me first, I better whoop them. Okay, that's just the way. That's just the way it is. because, and that's it. I've sitting there and taking hits in the face before I hit you back. Because, baby, I don't want to hear my mama mouth. Like, that's the last thing you want to hear is your mama mouth. So, if she told you to do it this way, that's how you do it. Because I'm telling you, if you like me, I'm my own child, basically. You don't want to hear that shit. Like, you just want to just get the right instructions, do it correctly, so you don't have to hear nothing.
Hmm.
But that is what it is. But John Wick taught me that you don't poke the bear and you leave people alone that ain't bothering you. That's a lesson that we all
Yeah, that's solid
could learn.
advice. That's solid
Yeah,
advice.
because baby, leave folks alone. These folks on social media. Let me tell you something. It's cool to go back and forth because I ain't gonna say I don't.
You do because you go to Facebook jail.
Yeah, I go to Facebook jail quite a bit because once you go there, I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna kill it. It's gonna be what the Will Smith said in his book, "Scorched Earth." I'm burning down everything. I'm digging up your crops, putting gasoline on it, and burning it to the ground. If you
Well,
start fucking with me, because that's gonna teach you not to fuck with me in the future.
well,
John Wick. If you haven't seen it, do yourself a service and watch those four.
okay. Well, this is, like I said, this Thanksgiving week. What are you thankful for? Let us know in the comments. Let us know on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeart, or our Facebook page, which
Let
is
us
the
know who's
Ops
bringing
with,
the mac and cheese.
huh?
I said, let us know who bringing the mac and cheese.
Of course, this is episode 35 in the books. This is the Ops. We telling it all. It's your girl, Spicy K.
It's your girl TK. Feed me.
And again, we're the Ops. We're telling it all, and we are out.